What's up, guys? So, Diablo 4 Season 5 PTR patch notes are here. Things you need to know. There's a long list, and a lot we won't go over, but I'm going to copy and paste this right now. Copy. I will be pasting that down below when you see it. So, few things that you really need to know. Today is June 22nd. PTR goes live on the 25th. Ends on July 2nd. It's going to be neat. There is going to be a quest in World Tier 3 if you've done all your other quest line to get to it. And from that, it will start it up. You'll get what's called a compass. And I think that starts them up. Now, this is going to be an eternal quest. That means once it's done in this season, it will go into the eternal realm and you'll still be able to do this. So this will be end game forever. It is, it's very complex. So let me try and make sure I keep this in line. The compasses will have different affixes on them. And we'll get into that in a second, but you're going to be able to open up the Infernal Horde. And what the Infernal Horde is you will select, I believe, types of mobs or in some way have some choice there, I think. And those mobs will come in waves and you'll have 90 seconds to kill them. Once you get through the waves, I believe the waves will be on the compass as well. Once you kill the waves, you'll be able to fight the Fell Council. Once you kill the Fell Council, you'll go up to an area of some sort, and you'll have, I think, 4 or 5 different chests that you can select from. And when you go through and you're killing these waves and you're killing the Fell Council, killing them will get you, Aether? Yeah, I think it's Aether. Let's see. So there's a picture. The Infernal Hordes coming in after you. Interesting. Begin wave 3, it says right there. You have chosen the corrupting spires. So you do have a select. You get to choose something. And this is on wave 3. And it looks like these are, so you get boons and banes, and those are like good things, but with the good you get the bad. It's a yin yang thing. And this says soul spires empower nearby foes, and then it says soul spires pull foes inward. So the foes are empowered on this one, but at least it groups them up for you, maybe, is kind of how that goes, I guess. It says up here, wave 3 of 5, 1 minute and 28 left, so that round just started, so they must have just spawned right there, because if it's 90 seconds, that's 88 seconds right there, so that's 2 seconds into the round. There's a door there. So it looks like you're in a room. They come in, they attack you, and that's how it goes. Yeah, it says there's 2 revives remaining on this one. And so I think different compasses have different amount of revives. I don't know how that works either. But so 90 seconds for each wave. Collect burning ether. Blah blah blah. Decide between 3 infernal offers. So I'm assuming this has one, this has one, and this has one maybe. And then slay the waves in the tier. You're attempting to advance to the Well of Hatred, battle the Fell Council. Fell Council is basically going to be 3 guys. There's 5 different guys. Each one of them supposed to be different, like a specific whatever. Like this guy's a frost, this guy's a fire, I don't know, this guy's a poison, whatever it is. There's 5 of them, I would guess. Elements. What? Fire, lightning, shadow, poison, frost. That would make sense. But you only get 3 at a time. And I think it's probably going to be like the Blood Seekers. from the Season of Blood. You get 3 of them. If you get their life down to a certain point, they frenzy. So I don't know if you're going to want to focus one down and then go after the others, or if you're going to want to AoE them down altogether. We'll find out. But you fight them, you kill them, you get Burning Aether, and then you get Spoils of Hell. Let's see, where's it? Burning Spoils of Hell. There's Spoils of Hell. Okay, so this one requires 25 Burning Aether. I know, okay. Spoils of equipment, spoils of material, spoils of gold, spoils of greater equipment. And the greater equipment will have greater affixes on them. I believe that yeah, so there it is. There's a different compass maybe. So this compass opens tier 3. Revives allowed 3, monster levels 100. 5 waves, you get a bonus chest guaranteed with a greater affix that costs 250 Aether. So even though this image up here says 25, the greater, so that's just a regular spoils. This one has a greater spoils, and then it also has legendary items, more crafting materials on top of it. So yeah, it'll be interesting. You'll probably have to do a lot. So the compasses drop. World tier 1 and 2 drop a tier 1 compass. World tier 3 drops a tier 2 compass, and I believe world tier 4 drops, or something like that. I think you might have to be level 100 to get the max level 3. I don't know. But then there's also these, let's see, where was it? Increasing, blah, blah, blah. So you will need infernal compasses, abyssal scrolls. There they are. So these only drop 1 through 3. But you can use abyssal scrolls to upgrade them up to a max of a tier 8. And at tier 8, I believe you can get up to 10 waves. Is that what it says? Tier 1 available at world tier 3. Tier 2 available at world tier 4. Okay, so that's it. Tier 1 is available at world tier 3. Tier 2 is available at world tier 4. And tier 3 is available at tier 4, I'm assuming, at a level 100 character. And those are the ones that include bonus affixes and greater equipment. Blah, blah, blah. There are 5 Fell Council members. You'll be fighting 3. Once you inflict enough damage, they frenzy. Upon defeating them, you can burn your ether as spoils. So it will be interesting to see how that plays out. It's a new end game. We'll enjoy it. We'll see how it goes. Also, there's going to be, I think somebody said 50 new legendaries and uniques and whatnot. They'll be available through this, I believe. I'm not sure how many of those are legendaries. I'm assuming, and I've seen some of the new class-specific legendary aspects. Some are pretty cool. Some of the uniques are pretty cool. They're interesting. It'll see how they all play together. They also have made the world drop for Ubers more available. So you'll be able to get them in Whispers or by gambling, and you'll be able to get them in Helltide chests. The new Ubers, which they're calling Mythics, will be purple now, and when they drop on the ground, they'll have like this really morbid death chime sound, which is actually pretty cool. It'll be nice, so you'll be able to identify the Ubers more easily when they're on the ground, and you you never want to miss one of those if you have a full box. They're changing the drop rate on a lot of stuff. The sparks that you get from Ubers, I believe, can drop now, and you have to pick them up. They don't just go into your inventory. Same with the prisms. They're changing the drop rate. What is it? Let's see. I should have wrote this down. Let's go through a couple of these first. So at the end of dungeons, when you're doing Duriel or Varshan and whatnot, the little altar that you use to summon them, it's going to respawn when you're done, so you don't have to leave and reset, which is nice. Summoning Varshan will just use hearts. All the other stuff is going to go away, which is nice for our banks. Endgame bosses will now drop gold instead of rare items. Beast in the Ice, you don't have to make the sigils anymore. It's going to be a regular dungeon, just like Duriel and all the others. You go in, use the altar, just like everything else. He's much closer to the entrance, like the other guys are. Sigil Dust is gone. Baneful Hearts. They're dropping Baneful Hearts. So you will have a base chance of 10%. And then when you open it, adds another 13% chance per. So I'm not sure if it's the first one has a 10% chance to get a Baneful Heart, and then every time you fail, you get 13% on top of it. It's either 10% base or 23% base. I'm not sure how their math is going to work on that. The Hellborn and Helltide Assassins are going to have a 1% with a 2% base, so I don't understand. Like maybe it's 2%. Or maybe it's 3%. It doesn't really matter at that level. They're changing the Cold Demon Whisper bounty to include Fallen, and then they're adding the Coal Fallen or a Coal Cultist into that. They're trying to change it up so that you can do Whispers faster, which is nice because the Whispers in Helltide kind of suck. Yeah, Resplendent Sparks are awarded. They're separate for hardcore and non-hardcore. Resplendent Sparks and Scattered Prisms will not be automatically picked up, so you'll probably see those on the ground, and they will go to your stash if you don't pick them up unless your stash is full. So make sure your stash is not full. Unique and mythic items, aka Ubers, can now be acquired through Whisper Caches, the Gambler, and Tortured Gifts in Helltide. Chance to find mythics, aka Ubers, through non-boss drop locations has been increased. Treasure Goblins are going to now drop 6 items for you. And it's 1 to 3 legendary items. And so, you can get 5 to 3 rares as well, which they just took rares away from bosses. So I don't understand why they keep them in this, but whatever. They're also going to drop 2 elixirs, mats, ore, herbs, leather, gem fragments. They're going to drop gold at level 1 in tier 1. They're going to drop 40k at level 100. In tier 4, they're going to drop 150k gold, which is nothing really, but it helps, I guess, when you're first starting off in the season. World tiers 3 and 4, Treasure Goblins also drop Forgotten Souls, which, anyways. They have a 10, 20, and 30% chance to drop 1 to 2 Scattered Prisms. And so I believe it's World Tier 1 and 2 have a 10%, Tier 3 has a 20%, World Tier 4 has a 30%. They're changing weapons up, so more people can pick up different weapons, like sorcerers will now be able to use one-handed swords and maces, and all the primary abilities for the weapons are kind of getting changed up too. So check out the little chart for what you use. Vulnerable is going to be on wands, crossbows, and polearms now, etc., etc. They're going to have a new ability. It sounds like it's going to be like a sonar. So you're going to when you click on a quest and you select that quest for the one that you're looking to complete, you'll have the ability to do an auto pin drop, and there'll be a little HUD display of an arrow, and it kind of sounds like there's going to be like a sonar ping to it as well. So that's cool. They're definitely going to want feedback on that. They talk about it later. They want to know about camp. Okay, so you'll be able to boost it. All our characters have already been all copied over. They said that. They pre-did that. When you transfer over to there, it will copy any progress that you've had from whenever they copied it to now or then. And you'll also have the option to boost characters. And when you boost characters, you'll get, the typical stuff. You're going to get, you'll get a new legendary for whatever your class is. You'll get a new unique for whatever your class is. You'll get 2 random sets of gear, probably 1 on you, probably 1 in your bag. You get a bunch of potions. You'll get a bunch of stuff. And if you're playing the game and you run out of stuff, just make another character. It'll put more stuff in your PTR. We've already done that before, so. In game, there will be a drop down menu for bug reports. So you hit escape, it'll be in your options. How to install the PTR. If you don't know how to, you should probably go look that up. Tons of updates on all the characters. We won't go through all that. If you want to go and look, I will have the link down below. There is a ton, and there's a ton of balance updates. They are nuking some characters and boosting. So they're doing what they always do, and they take the builds that everybody plays and they kind of dumb them down a little bit, and they take the builds that nobody plays and they spice them up a little bit to try and encourage you to play something different, just like they did with Whirlwind before. Everybody was playing Hoda for a while there, and they dumbed that down, and now this season it's Bash or Thorns. I play Thorns. I like Thorns. They're doing that again. The big winners of the PTR looks like it's going to be the Druids, who got just great. Like, look at this. This is Druids right here. In their landslides going from 70% to 280%. Hurricanes going from 187% to 346%. Like the Druids are the big winners, and they should be, because this season they really took a pretty bad hit. They were difficult to play, I hear. We'll go through all that. Lots of changes. Another big change that I read is Necromancer minions are going to be able to overpower. So there's that. So it'll be interesting to see. I wonder if Necromancers can use two-handed or one-handed maces for the bonus overpower. I don't know, but it'll be interesting to see what happens. Blah blah blah. Scroll. All the changes. There is a ton of rogue changes. If you play rogue right now and you want to play a different class, select rogue again, because it sounds like it's going to be a whole new, like, everything's changed. Everything. It's pretty crazy. Sork's got very little changed. Like, they had some tuning, but not too much has changed. Let's see. There is just a ton here. As you can see, I'm just scrolling. Tempering updates. They're updating everybody's tempering choices. They're taking some from here and putting them in here. They're adding a whole new division in most people's tempering. I think that's because, they're trying to thin out the areas that we're trying to get for tempering, because they see that everybody's bricking items all the time. I don't know why they don't just do like they did on Masterworking and put a button there to reset the item, so that you don't go out and do what I did. Like today, when I bought a 500 million gold pole arm and bricked it right off the bat. So never doing that again. Really disappointed. That one kind of hurt. Some interface. They're changing combat text finally. Finally, they're doing something with the floating combat text. They're gonna make it so right now, as it is, like I said, I'm playing Thorns, and when I'm doing my damage, it's a giant bubble of white because you can't see anything. So they're gonna make it so that it's more legible. You'll be able to select more of what you want to see. There'll be options. They haven't told us a whole lot about the options, but that will be nice. So that's interesting. There'll be notation, some kind of something that highlights when you hit your armor cap. You'll be able to collapse the window with your stats in there if you want to. You'll be able to select favorites and filter your aspects when you're at the occultists. Shift clicking on ability will automatically add all 5 points to it, or however, like 3 points or whatever it is. So when you're rebuilding your character, you can shift click and just add all, basically. Tortured Gifts and Helltide no longer have obols. Disappointing, especially since you can get Ubers in the gambling with obols now. Won't miss that. They're changing invulnerability so that the cooldown starts after it's gone, so people can't just stay invulnerable forever like necromancers and mist and sorcerers and whatnot. Sorks. Blah, blah, blah. They're increasing questing so that you get more experience from it in certain types, and like your jam quest, the quest for that, once you do it, it's going to be account bound, so that's nice. There's the changes that they did to the abilities. Axes won't have damage to healthy anymore. They'll have damage over time, etc., etc. If you want to read that, just go back. Cooldown's going away from focuses and totems. Sorry to you people that use that, but it's gone. You're getting lucky hit. It kind of sucks, but whatever. Bug fixes, lots of bug fixes for everybody, except for Sorks. Sorks got that. That's it. General bug fixes, lots of that. User interface experience, just some general fixes in there. There was some good stuff. There's some really good. Where was it? There were some typos in here that I thought was really funny. I don't know where they're at, but they had some pretty funny typos in here. Was it up on Barb's? Maybe. Where it was like the cracked me up. There it is. Fixed an issue where the pull effect. Yeah, and I think there was one in Barbarians too. Yeah, I don't know where it is. They nuked Barbs. Barbs are done on Thorns Barbs. They completely nuked us. They capped Rumble's bonus damage. So Thorns is done. Unless we can get it somewhere else. We'll see. General fixes, unit, and miscellaneous. Fixed an issue where blah blah blah. And then this one's a big one. Various performance, visual, and stability improvements. Hopefully they fixed a lot, because there's a lot in here. I run with a system monitor up, and so I can see where my system is, and sometimes it'll just start popping, and usually soon after that you'll have some lag issues. Sometimes you have to relog. Hopefully they fixed those. Specifically with NVIDIA cards, we run 4070 Ti, And we should be able to max everything out, and we can. And it runs nice and steady, but every once in a while it'll just start popping. And that's terrible. But those are the updates. If you want more specific stuff, it's in there. Go check it out. Season 5 is going to be a banger, I think. And we're excited to see it. So, anyways, that's it. We stream every day. Twitch, Twitter, YouTube. Like and subscribe for notifications. And we'll see you out there, guys.